Hey, how's it going? I have my mom here today and we're going to be learning how to solder.
Hi, I'm Reese's mom. I was working at Disney World and I was wiring the circuit boards for the trams. Exciting stuff.
But we ended up getting this thing here. I don't know what all these extra pieces are. I only know what that is, and that's only because I seen pictures. But yeah, so I don't know if this is a good one or not. If you guys know anything better, then tell me. But if not, I'm gonna go with it. When I was doing research on soldering, I heard Weller was a good brand. That's what everyone's recommending. Another thing, if you hear dog noises in the background, we do have dogs here. Kind of annoying.
They're so cute.
So I'm gonna have my mom open this up, explain to us exactly what she thinks is in it, and I'm gonna open the solder because this is the hard part.
Opening that?
Yeah.
We might have needed that. Oh, it comes with a stand? I'm gonna guess this is solder.
That's
Maybe.
solder? I thought this was solder. I don't know. This just looks like a really bad spring. Oh.
Way to go, Reese.
Okay, so we got the solder out here. Obviously we got the soldering iron. It has a point, has lights, has a wire. That's all I know. It comes with these things that look like really bad screwdrivers. Like flatheads. And then we got a pokey stabby stand.
These are actually different
stand.
tips for that. Yeah, don't forget the stand.
Oh.
I think that's what made this whole setup worth it.
Or
You know
just throwing them
what?
away.
I bet you if all else fails and we suck at soldering,
Yeah.
we could become wood burners.
If we can't get soldering down, I don't think we're gonna get wood burning.
I don't know.
So this is the solder I picked up. It was electrical solder. I remember there was two options when I was out. I got this at Lowe's as well. I remember there's a couple options. There's like wood or metal. I can't remember which one. And then electrical. Ended up grabbing electrical because, yeah.
Make sure you plug it in.
Do you want? Oh yes, it's turned on right away. You better unplug it. We gotta change the tips out.
Ow! Just
Is that
kidding.
hot? Oh, I was like, that was quick. Didn't even give you time.
No, that would have been pretty impressive.
So here's the solder. Very appealing. I know.
Make sure and put it on the handy stand.
So are you going to play? We're not going to solder yet. So just since I haven't soldered ever in my life, and my mother here has only soldered once, 25 years ago.
No, I did it like a bunch of times, but it was 25 years ago.
Anyway, we're going to watch a couple of videos. Two videos we're going to watch. I'm going to put in the description of this video, so you guys want to go check those out. And we're going to watch those and come back with our freshly filled brains of knowledge. Hello. So we came back from watching a couple of videos. We watched two completely different videos. One was super serious. The other one was just some dude in a shed.
In 2010.
All right. So just like all things that are fun, there's some safety concerns involved to take some of the fun out of it. So I want to have my mom, go through some of the list of safety concerns we should be watching out for.
So obviously anytime you're working with electrical things or hot things, you want to be very careful because you can get burnt.
For sure, yeah. I can see that happening.
You have to be careful where you solder because you don't want to melt anything and cause a fire.
And for that safety thing, we got a cookie sheet that we're planning on using afterwards. So we put aluminum foil on it so we won't die of poisoning.
And it's worth mentioning that the budget guys didn't come through in time. Do not breathe in the smoke. Some solder contains lead. Lead is very bad. There's lead-free solder, which is what we're going to be using because I want to have some grandkids one day, preferably lead-free ones.
This is the lead-free solder that we use. Some people apparently don't like lead-free solder. And if you're one of those people, I don't care. That's what we have on hand, so that's what we're going to use.
Also, if you do use the solder with the lead because you don't care about your future children, make sure you wash your hands and clean up your workspace afterwards because, well, we know what happens when people get too much lead in them.
I think.
We're going to carefully plug it in. We're going to let it heat up while we get the wires ready.
So what you want to do is get the gauge wire, or figure out what gauge wire it is. And you want to just strip the end of it off, so you're going to have some exposed wire.
You can use a smaller one and then go to a bigger one to slide it off easier. Now, I used one that was too small on purpose because it breaks off the wires if it's too small, and you don't want to do that because it can cause a fire and it's not very smart to do. So you can just cut it off, go back. You want to twist it around. And like I said, you can go to one of the bigger gauges and it makes it super easy to slide off. Okay.
I cut it. Ta-da, it's the grand opening. Okay.
Ta-da!
Alright. So, when it comes to, I guess, soldering.
Make sure both ends, obviously we wouldn't be soldering this as one piece, but make sure that both ends you have roughly the same amount of wire showing. So that way you have what you need to work with.
Yeah. Another thing is, you want to have some heat shrink with you. Heat shrink, kind of make it waterproof, seal everything up. You're putting the heat shrink on, if you don't have much heat shrink on everything. These wires are going to be kind of overlapped like that in the end. So you want to get enough heat shrink to where it covers a little bit of the insulation on both sides and, you know, everything in between. It'll just keep it a good seal. So I have this kind of stuff, it's like a super long tube, and I just kind of figure out what I need and cut it. Doing any kind of soldering or even wire twisting, put the heat shrink on first before you solder, so it'll be easy to slide it back on later on. But yeah, so there's no way this is a two-person job.
So there's two ways you can do this. You can make an X and you can twist them like this, which is the way I learned how to do it, which is the way the guy from the video in 2010 did it, like that. You can separate the wires and smush them together and twist it. You just want to get them in there good. And we'd like to mention again that we are not professionals.
Well, we've gotten twisting like that, I don't think we need to make that disclaimer. So after you get the wires twisted, they're kind of like, you know, unison, I guess. Now it's time to use the soldering iron.
As I mentioned, we're using lead-free solder in the interest of my grandchildren that I'm going to have one day. This one's new, so you want to clean it off.
Put it on there.
And then you just want to get a little bit and melt it on the end.
Alright, so she's going to hold the iron on the solder, or on the wire. I have the solder here, and I'm going to tap it. Do I wait to go now, or?
Yeah.
So you want to put it on the wire.
Not ready.
It's not anywhere near ready, okay. Yeah. But yeah, so you want to put these, I keep thinking, yeah, it is a soldering iron. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. You want to put a soldering iron on top of the wires, or underneath the wires. Yes, underneath the wire, and you want the wires to heat up. You don't want to put the solder on the iron and let it drip onto the wires. I was told that is nowhere near the right way of doing it.
No.
So you want to heat up the wires and then get the solder, and then, are you ready? And then tap it on there. Yeah, we still don't know what we're doing. Okay.
This is taking effing forever.
Many months later.
So we've been working at this for a couple minutes now. And we don't exactly know what the issue is here. So this is other soldering, which looks like a spring that came in it. I'm going to try to see if that's the one that works. Because maybe we're just being a little bit autistic here. Oh, look at that. I was so wrong. Doesn't work.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
Okay, let's see.
That hot? No. Is there like a... Here, touch the tip, see if it's hot.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so we're coming to the conclusion that maybe our soldering iron is not worth the $20. Alright, so after figuring this out for a little bit longer, we realized we were not using the right tip. So, this is going to be attempt 4. We are going to try. Alright, so we're going to go do the method of just opening it up, kind of mashing them together and then twisting them, as you see my mother doing here.
We have a flat tip because it's going to heat up. We were thinking about it, and it's
He's talking.
It's going to heat up the surface area better. It's like a flathead screwdriver tip. So we are going to put this under here, and we're going to give it some time to heat up.
Oh yeah, that's hot. Yep, that's hot. There you go.
Look, magic.
So you want to put the soldering kind of even. Left and right, there's the dogs having fun. Yeah, so you want to kind of poke out the wire of the soldering, and you want to kind of get evenly all over the place. Or at least that's our plan. And I think that's good. Here's the, this is the outlook on it. If the camera wants to focus. There you go.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's nowhere near professional level. So once you got your soldering in place and it's cooled down, you can pull on it. It ain't going anywhere. You want to get your heat shrink though. You want to cover over it. So you want to kind of hide the fact that you had soldered because it was kind of ugly. But after you get the heat shrink on there, you want to grab a lighter without dropping it. And you want to have kind of your solder point right in the middle. Then you just want to use the lighter, the heat shrink.
Ooh.
And you kind of want to heat it up there. This side now. Okay, that's good. And boom, that is how you,
Give it a good tug.
ready? Yeah, that ain't going anywhere.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah.
And we're pretty strong.
Yeah, and that was completely easy to do. We didn't struggle at it at all whatsoever, first try. Yeah, but that's how we figured out how to solder.
These suckers definitely are not coming apart.
Yeah, the video that you just witnessed today, was not a most definite how-to. This was just us figuring out how to solder. If you guys have, like I said, any questions, comments, concerns, please let us know. Yeah, I'll see you again next week.
Bye.